Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Laura and I play The Sims. So guys, welcome back to our third video of our Uberhood series introductions. Thank you for those who watched my last video when we were introduced to our Strangetown residents. And as always guys, thank you yet again for all your comments, your support, and thank you as well for all the subscriptions. I'm now at 211 subscribers on my channel, which is amazing. So thank you for all them newcomers who have subscribed to this channel. I hope you are all excited, just like I am, for this new series. Don't worry guys, we've just got one more video after this of introductions and then we will actually get into some proper gameplay. But anyway guys, so in today's video we are going to be looking at Veronaville's families. Now, I will admit, Veronaville has never really been one of my go-to neighbourhoods when playing The Sims, mainly because I don't really like Shakespeare, to be honest. I'm not really one for Shakespeare. I didn't really have any interest in it at school or anything like that, so I was never really drawn to it when playing The Sims 2. But as you can see, I have renovated some of the lots for this Uberhood. So hopefully we can try and keep it looking beautiful, because Veronaville is it's a very beautiful neighbourhood anyway. And then I will try my best to obviously you know, stay in touch with the storylines of Veronaville, because obviously there is this great big divide between the Caps and the Montes in this town, and it is very Romeo Juliet sort of style. But yeah, we're just gonna have to see how we get on with telling that storyline. But anyway, so the way I have set out these families, so first of all I have made sure that all the Caps are on this side of the town, because it is supposed to be like a divide of the families, so that's what I've done basically. I've kept the Caps on this side of the family as well as the Summer Dreams that already live here. And then on this side we've got the Montes, so yeah, it makes sense that way really. But anyway guys, so the first family we are going to be looking at is the main cat family, I would say. And the main cat family is this household over here. So we have got 4 members in this family. We have got Consort and his grandchildren Juliet, Hermia and Tybalt. Now, their story is quite sad in a way. Well, to be fair, most of the stories in Veronaville are actually quite sad, because basically most of the teenagers' parents in this neighbourhood are deceased. And I think this is like caused some sort of family feud in the neighbourhood, and that's why they all hate each other. I mean, quote me on that, but as I said, I don't really know Veronaville that well, but from what I've heard and from other Sims players videos, that's what I've basically got the gist of. But anyway, so Consort Cap is the head of the Cap family. He is the main man basically. He's an elder Sim, and he has got his 3 grandchildren living with him at this moment in time. So let me just read you their bio, because I've not actually edited their bios yet. So I've said, it says here, Juliet Cap has fallen for Romeo, golden child of the rival Monte clan. Can the Caps set aside their grudge and put Juliet's happiness first? So, as you can probably tell guys, Juliet is obviously with Romeo, and they have got a relationship on the go at the moment. And I'd say in this past Sim year, I've been focusing mainly on trying to get these guys to be a bit more happier than what they were, because none of them had really good relationships with one another. So I have sort of tried to create some sort of like social bond between most of these, particularly Tybalt and Consort, because I think Tybalt looks up to his grandfather quite a lot, and he obviously wants to be the next heir to the Cat Manor, so it makes sense really for these two to get on. But yeah, anyway, so let me take you into the household and we will introduce you to some of the characters. Okay guys, so we are here at the Cat Manor, and as you can see it looks a little bit different. I've not really done too much to the outside really. I've mainly just given them a driveway. I've put in a little greenhouse over here for, I think it was Juliet. I think she had a hobby in nature, I want to say. And I've just made like this cute little porch area where like them gates you see where they've just got like a little mini roof and a gate system there. That's what I did for this bit here. I think it looks quite nice and sophisticated. And I've just edited all the windows in the house and the doors, etc. So let me take you through the main bulk of the house. So on the top floor, it looks a little bit different. So I wanted to keep like a very classic, like rich, posh sort of style theme going through. So I've basically made the landing and the downstairs in particular like very like rich, very posh looking. Very expensive furniture, as you can see along here. Tybalt is currently having a coughing fit, so just ignore him. But yeah, I wanted to keep it look very neat, very expensive, and that's basically what I've got like with the marble floors, the wood panelling on the walls, etc. So that's basically what I've done with the theme of the house mainly. And also the outside of the house, I've tried to still keep that Tudor looking feel to the house, because that's how most of the houses are in Veronaville. So I thought that was a very nice touch. I like the old like Tudor looking houses, they're very pretty. But anyway, so first bedroom over here is Juliet's room. She is a very girly girl, so I've kept it very pink, very like old-fashioned-y type, because as you can see, this is like the set that came with Seasons. It kind of reminds me like grandma and granddad furniture. I don't know why, but obviously because they're living with their grandparents, well, grandfather even. I do think this furniture would all still be here, so that's why I've kind of kept it in that sort of theme. But it's obviously just got Juliet's taste in it as well. And then as you can see here, there's a picture of her and Romeo situated on the wall, which I thought was quite cute. And I don't think her family appreciate that being there, but Juliet doesn't really care. So that's Juliet's room. Along the corridor, we've got a bathroom that they all share pretty much. Blue theme bathroom mainly. Over here, we've got Hermia's bedroom. Very gothic, very purple. Her favourite colour is purple. She likes to wear a lot of purple, so I gave her a purple and black theme room. So yeah, she likes keyboard as well. Her hobby, I believe, is music and dance, but we'll have a look at that when we get to her. And then we've got another bathroom here that Hermia and Tybalt typically share because they're next to each other's rooms. I like the green feel in this room. I was very happy with doing this bathroom, actually. I was actually quite impressed with it. But yeah, very nice little bathroom they've got there. And then we've got Tybalt's room at the side here, where I've given him like pictures from university, Sims 3 university conversions. Because I do think Tybalt would be like an overachiever. He would be like the top of his grades at school, and he would be on like every team, like secret society team and things like that. So I definitely think he would take pride in his room a little bit. Everything's quite neat. He's got his journal here, which he writes about the Monties in, and very nasty things, but hey ho. So that's the upstairs of the house. Downstairs, we have got a very, as I said, very modern, very posh looking area. So at the front here, we've got a massive open entrance. And then as we go into the house, we can see that the fireplace is still here, but obviously I've edited it to make it look more luxurious. Sorry, I couldn't get my words out then. I've placed like a load of these statues everywhere because I do think they would have like statues, very grand paintings. There's this one here. I like to pretend that this is like an ancestor of the Caps, like the original Cap lady or something like that. So I think it's a nice touch to this house in particular. And also these are quite interesting. I think these would be like the colours of the Cap household. So I like to think that as well. So yeah, that is the main entranceway. On the left-hand side here, we have got Consort's bedroom, where Consort currently is. He is on his own, obviously. His wife sadly died, probably not that so long ago in the game. And then he's just got an easel, bookcase and a dresser, etc. in there for himself. And then as we go over to this side of the house, we've got the stairwell over here where there's like a seating area and a piano situated. Then we've got the kitchen over here, and then a dining room for all of them to have their meals at, etc. So that's the house, guys. It took me a while to renovate this, but I wanted to make sure I got every single little bit of detail into it. So I was quite happy with how it came out, really. But let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you like it. But yeah. Anyway, guys, the first thing we're going to be looking at is no other than Consort Cap. So I will be back with him. Okay, guys. So here we've got a very hard looking Consort Cap. He looks a bit different. I've given him a makeover. I've given him a bit of a mustache and a bit of a stubble beard. I wanted to kind of make him look a little bit scary than what he originally was, so I definitely think he looks a little bit different, it's fair to say the least. But anyway, so Consort here, bless him, he is, I need to get my spreadsheet up because I can't remember at the top of my head. He is 62 years old in my game. His birthday is the 2nd day of fall, so it's going to be his birthday technically tomorrow. He came out for me as a fortune and secondary family sim when I did his aspirations, and he has currently got a lifetime want of earning 100,000 simoleons, so he's near enough achieving that, to be honest. I think, yeah, he's got to earn 50,000 more to be able to get that. But hopefully it shouldn't take him too much longer. He has got a very good job. He is a level 9 of the business career. So when he does reach the top of that career, he will get a 25,000 bonus, I believe, for reaching the top of that career. But yeah, he's always been a hardworking man, Consort has. He's been the head of the family for years and years, and he is he's a very grumpy man, as you can see. Not easily impressed by a lot of people in his family, particularly his younger son Kent, but we'll get on to Kent when we go and see him a bit later on. But otherwise, let's just have a quick look at his relationships. So as we can see here, he's got a very good relationship with his grandson Tybalt. He's not friends yet with Hermia or Juliet, his granddaughters, but he's very good friends with his daughter Regan, his other granddaughter Miranda, his daughter Goneril. He's okay friends with Albany, Goneril's husband, and he's best friends with Cornwall, Regan's husband. As you can see here, not friends with Kent, and he knows obviously his other grandchildren, but not really friends with them either. And then as you can see here, he's enemies with all the Monty clan pretty much. He's not enemies with Romeo though, which I find quite strange. But hey ho, that's fine. I think he mainly has a problem with like the older generation, because obviously him and Patricio, who is the head of the Monty household, I think the story behind them is that I think Patricio originally was with Consort's wife Contessa when they were teenagers or something like that. And then when they aged up into adults, I believe Consort then started seeing Contessa, and then obviously Patricio found out. They had this massive uproar with one another, and they've just been enemies ever since. So I think that's kind of what the storyline is with these families, but obviously quote me if I'm wrong in the comments, but that's my understanding of why Consort has such a hatred for Patricio Monty. But otherwise, his relationships are quite good. He's well known around Veronaville as being like this savvy businessman who who's very rich and wants to keep his family looked after, etc. Personally, for me, I see Consort as a bit of a hard, like strict person. He obviously he doesn't have relationships with his granddaughters, which I find very strange. Considering he is a secondary family sim, I do think he has got a bit of a snobby way of you know, you have to be successful in this family if you want to have a place in the caps sort of attitude, you know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely think he's very cold, he's very hard, he's very grumpy most of the time, but that's the way he's got himself to the top of his career near enough. So I definitely think he would have that attitude with his grandchildren and his children as well. But anyway, so I've talked a bit about his relationships, his job. He's actually hopefully going to get promoted. He just needs to have one more friend and then he can get promoted. His personality, so he is a Scorpio. He is very neat, one point of being like extreme neatness. He's quite active, and then he's very grouchy, so he is quite a mean sim, like I say. He's got a good fitness level. I'm not edited by it, so I'm not going to read that out. But his interest, he's very much into politics, money, crime, entertainment, culture, and school. His hobby, he has got a hobby, I believe. Let me just have a look at my spreadsheet really quickly. His hobby is art, and he's into painting, so hence why he's got loads of paintings on the walls. Yeah, he's very he likes literature a lot as well, which is hence all the bookcases, etc. So as I said, let's have a look at some of his memories here. So he had quite a good childhood by the looks of it. He got into private school. He got taught all of his toddler skills by his parents. He grew up very well throughout his life. He had his first kiss with Contessa, and then he lost his relationship with Patrizio. Made out with Contessa, and then he made enemies with Patrizio. So I'm guessing Patrizio found out about him and Contessa, and he wasn't very happy. But obviously, as I said, let me know in the comments, guys. I'm not too sure on the storylines for Veronaville. I've only just really heard about them from what I've seen in other YouTubers' videos. So, as I comment if I've got it wrong, but I'm just purely guessing from his memories and everything. So then his parents actually died whilst he was a teenager, I think. Hang on. Oh no, he was an adult, sorry. So yeah, he got a job in the business career then. Obviously his parents died very sadly, and they were young as well. That seems to be quite a theme in Veronaville, like all the parents seem to die when they're adults. I don't know if that is supposed to mean anything, but yeah, it's very strange. But yeah, he fell in love with Contessa, got married, had woohoo, then they started having their children. So it looks like Cordelia was the oldest. So Cordelia is the mother of these children. I think she's dead now, I want to say. I'll have a look in the family tree in a minute. But she was the eldest. Taught her how to talk, got her into private school. And then they had Goneril, taught Goneril how to walk. And then they had Regan. And then they had Kent shortly after that. So Kent is the youngest then. Remembers getting all of his kids into private school. Got various job promotions. They all grew up well. Then he remembers having his grandchildren. So Tybalt's the eldest grandchild. Then Juliet. Then Hermia. Then Miranda. Then Hal. Desdemona. And then little Ariel. And obviously, yes, Cordelia is dead, and so is her husband, Calbane. And then Contessa died after Desdemona aged up from a toddler to a child. So that's very sad. And then he's just met various people in his sim year. He's had family reunions for Tybalt's 16th birthday. And then obviously he remembers his grandchildren having parties and getting A stars as well. So that's basically all what's happened with him at the moment. But yeah. So traits wise, I've given him a bookworm, family oriented, frugal, grumpy, and a very big snob. So I've kind of given all the caps the snob traits because they are rich. I do think they would be very snobby. I do think they would have taught to be snobs, etc. in this family. So I have given all the caps the snobby trait pretty much. Otherwise, that is pretty much Consort in a nutshell. I think because he is an elder now, I'm going to be focusing more on some of his hobbies and his skills and trying to get him that level 10 position in the business career before I have him retire. And I haven't made my mind up whether I'm going to probably get him a new wife, potentially. It all really depends if he rolls the want to. I mean, if he doesn't, I don't think I necessarily will. Just because he is an elder. He was probably in love with Contessa from being very young. So he probably feels like he doesn't want to find anyone else. But we'll just obviously have to see what he rolls when we start playing him. And if he actually meets anyone he particularly likes. So yeah, that's Consort, guys. The next sim I am going to be introducing you to is the first of the grandchildren. It's going to be Tybalt. So just stay with me just for a moment. Okay, guys, so now we are with Tybalt Cap, who is the eldest grandchild of all the Cap family, as we established by Consort's memories. So Tybalt here, he is currently 17 years old in my game. His birthday is the 3rd day of spring,
So he's not going to be aging up for a while yet, but he's just really recently had a birthday, so I'm not too fussed. But anyway, he rolled out to be a fortune sim in my version of my Uber Hood. Originally, I think he was a popularity sim, but he is a fortune sim now. Obviously, I don't do lifetime wishes for my teenagers, but we'll get into a bit about what he wants to do. So he wants to go to college, so I have locked that in for him. His relationship, so basically, Tybalt's been classed as this sort of teenager who's very much a bully, a mean person. He hates the Montes with a passion, just like his granddad. He's kind of been brought up in that spotlight where he needs to hate the Montes. His granddad pretty much fixed that into his mind. And I would say that he is very much a if you're not rich, if you're not successful, Tybalt will automatically dislike you. That's the impression I get from him. Obviously he's made over now, so I've kind of made him look like a rich kid with his suit and everything. And I've given all these guys freckles as well, by the way, because I do think they would have freckles. So yeah, he's very much a bully. He's not on good terms with his sister Juliet. And that's also because Juliet is with Romeo Monte and he despises Romeo and Mercutio in particular. He's just not very happy with his sister being with a Monte, and he finds that pretty disturbing. But otherwise, he is friends with a few other people. He's friends with his granddad. He's friends with his other sister Hermia. He's friends with Puck, Summer Dream. Friends with his auntie. And then that's pretty much it, to be honest. He hates Mercutio more than Romeo, but obviously he still doesn't like Romeo very well. So yeah, he's a bit of a bully. He's a bit of a snob, just like his granddad, really. But yeah. So he is in private school. All three of these are in private school. He is a B- student at the moment, but I am going to try and get him an A+, because I do think Tybalt would be on top of his grades usually. And he obviously wants to go to college. He's going to get scholarships for wanting to be the best. And I think he will get quite a few scholarships because he's an orphan, so he will get a scholarship for that. He's max body, so I think he'll get one for that. And we'll just have to see how much he gets, but I think he will get a few. But obviously, with my rules of my university, if the family can afford to send them to university, then the family will be expected to pay for their tuition. So I think I charge about 2,000 simoleons a term at university. So obviously, they have 4 years in university, so that will equivalent to 2, 4, 6, 8. So it'll be £8,000 per year, I believe. Is that right? No, it'll be 4,000 simoleons per year, per sim year. Yeah. So it will be about 16,000 that they will have to pay for university for the full session. So yeah, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. So yeah, he has also got a job though. He is just, he's an overachiever now because he's level 3 of the business career, which for teenagers is the top level that they can get to. So I pretty much believe that his granddad will have influence on this. He's made him get to the top of the career, and he's now classed as being an overachiever. He just needs to get that A star in his school grades and he will be an overachiever. His personality, so he is a Gemini. He is very outgoing, very active and neat. He's nearly at max fitness level. His interests, he's very much into politics, crime, entertainment, money, travel and toys. His hobby, he's got a hobby in film and literature. He likes literature quite a lot. He spends a lot of time reading books and studying for his grades, etc. Some of his memories, so obviously he remembers his grandmother dying, he remembers his parents dying. He's got taught all of his toddler skills by his parents, and recently he's had his 16th birthday, so he had a good birthday party. He's got his promotions at work, and then he won a fight with Mercutio at somewhere. I think this was at the Summer Dream party, so he was very happy with that as well. So trait-wise, I've given him bookworm, very dramatic, mean-spirited, and he is a snob. So he's got these traits I think suit him fairly well, to be honest. And obviously this is his makeover, like I said. I've got rid of that. I've got rid of all the face mask, guys, because I'm one for not liking face masks. I don't like face paint of any sort, and I especially don't like masks. And yeah, I don't like the whole idea of my Sims wearing masks. I just think it looks hideous. But each to their own. If you do like masks, then I do apologise, but it's a no-go from me. So that is Tybalt, basically, guys. It'll be interesting to play him. I definitely think he is going to be one of these Sims that does cause a lot of drama because he is dramatic. And if he does go to university, which I'm sure he will, he is going to potentially cause drama there as well. Oh, and one more thing to mention, guys. I have rolled the gender preferences for all my teenagers in my game. And Tybalt has come out as gay. So it might be that he's going to be another potential person who hides his sexuality because of the family status that he has, and whether his grandfather accepts him for being gay, we'll just have to see. But otherwise, he is gay, so it might be fun to experiment a little bit with Tybalt and some men at university when he gets there. Because at the moment he's purely focusing on his studies and getting his grades, so he's not really interested at the moment in getting any sort of relationship. But obviously that is that. So yeah, that is Tybalt, guys. Next sim I'm going to introduce you to is Juliet. Okay, guys, we are back with Juliet, and she's looking a bit confused here, I must say. She's got a face on that's a little bit confused, but anyway. So this is my version of Juliet Cap, guys. She is a very pretty sim. I think she's quite gorgeous, bless her. So Juliet, what can I tell you about her? So Juliet is 16 years old in my game. Her birthday is the first day of summer, so she's got all year until she ages up. And her birthday, her aspirations, sorry, she's a pleasure sim in my version. So I think she was a family sim before that, but she came out as pleasure for me, so excuse me, guys. I choked on my own spit there. I do apologise. So yeah, she's a pleasure sim in my game, and she's got wants at the moment to go to college, go on dates, and pretty much have skill points and talk about a hobby. I am going to lock in that college want because she's 16 now, so I'm pretty sure she's thinking, oh, she wants to go to college, so I'll lock that in for her. So her relationships with people, so she is best friends with her sister Hermia. Obviously, she is going to study with Romeo. And interestingly enough, when we started playing these guys for a sim year, she had a crush on Rip Grunt in Strangetown, and they had a little bit of a thing, a temporary thing. I don't know if Juliet, likes Rip in that way, but she has got a bit of a crush on him, and she is best friends with him. So potentially some drama there. I don't know whether she's actually done anything with him. We'll have to look at some memories of hers, but yeah, she has got a crush on Rip. Obviously, this is going to be like a kind of a love triangle, I reckon. We'll have to see what goes on. She's best friends with her cousin Miranda, and she's friends with Desdemona, her other cousin, and then obviously she knows various other people in the town as well. So she is an A-star student in her private school. She doesn't have a job. She has had no inkling to get a job or anything, so I've not made her. Her skills, she's got good charisma and creativity. She has no talent badges. She is a Cancer sim. She's very outgoing, very playful, and she's on the lazy end as well. But she's max fitness pretty much, so she's got a good fitness level. Her interest, she's very much into environment, entertainment, food and school. Her hobby, she's got a hobby in nature, yeah, so she was the nature sim, so she's got her own greenhouse outside that we saw at the start of the video. So yeah, she's got a keen interest in gardening. And then her memories, so they're pretty much the same as Tybalt's really. Remembers her parents dying. Obviously remembers kissing Romeo and going steady with Romeo. So she actually kissed Rip before she was official with Romeo. So she probably had some second thoughts, potentially. I'm not too sure, yeah, because she went on a date with Romeo. and they went steady. So she probably like was trying to figure out who she wanted, and obviously Romeo won because she asked Romeo to go steady with her. So yeah, that's pretty much where that came from. She's had a few family birthdays, and she remembers her cousins getting A stars, etc., being best friends with people. So that is pretty much Juliet in a nutshell. I've given her the traits of good, hopeless romantic, party animal, and a snob. But overall, I do think Juliet is a little bit of a black sheep in this household. She has been very much judged by her granddad and her older brother Tybalt. Obviously because of her choices with her relationship, and obviously I don't think she really understands the implications this could have on her when she leaves the house. It might be that they disown her if she continues, and especially if she gets married to Romeo. Like, I don't think they would be accepting of that at all. But obviously we'll have to see if she wants to marry Romeo, because she might not want to. Things can change, guys, when they go to college. And obviously, if they get the wants to meet someone else, then I'm obviously going to pursue that. So, obviously, yeah, we'll have to see how that impacts Juliet. She's not going to be going to university for another sim year or 2 sim years even yet. So, we've got plenty of time to see what she wants in that time. So, yeah. And she came out as straight when I did her gender preference. So, obviously, she has only got eyes for boys, including these 2. So that is pretty much Juliet. I've given her a makeover. Oh, I've just realised I'm in Hermia right now. So yeah, I've given her this floral outfit. She's got a floral dress on, given her the freckles, and I've given her a different hair and some makeup as well. I do think she's very pretty. So that's Juliet, guys. So next sim and final sim I'm going to be introducing for this family is Hermia. Okay, guys, so the final sim for this family is no other than Hermia Cap. So Hermia is very different to her family, as you can see. She's very eccentric, I want to say. She's got purple hair. I thought that was a bit fun for her to have. So that is a custom hairstyle. I've given her obviously the freckles and some makeup as well. And I've given her like this checkered like outfit, which I think suits her quite well. So Hermia, what can I tell you about her? So Hermia is currently 14 years old in my game. She came out as a popularity sim. I think she was another family sim as well before, but she came out as popularity. Her birthday is the 3rd day of summer, so she's got a while yet until she ages up as well. So her current wants at the moment, she wants to have her first kiss with Puck. She wants to learn, well, she wants to play the piano, and she wants to buy, she wants to muscle dance on the DJ set and gain a skill point. So, guys, Hermia Cap. So she has got good relationships with quite a lot of people, to be honest. She's kind of like the grandchild that, you know, she doesn't really care about the feud, but she doesn't obviously cause a scene over it. She is friends with pretty much everyone. She's friends with her brother, her sister. Not friends with her granddad yet, though. Friends with her cousins. She has got a thing going on with Puck and with Mercutio as well. And she's friends with Desdemona. Knows various other sims. She's friends with this Abhijit Wade person as well, who's a townie. Got chemistry with Romeo. That's interesting. I'm just thinking of all the drama in my head, guys. Sorry. So yeah, she's another one that's got 2 love interests, but she's not actually going steady with either of these guys yet. So I class her as possibly dating at the moment. She's finding her options, I think, more than anything. She is also an A+ student in private school, so she's doing really well in her studies. She's got a bit of a good creativity skill as well. She's got no talent badges either. So her personality, she is a Virgo. She is quite neat and active. She's got a good fitness level. Her interest, she's into politics, toys, weather and animals and culture. And she's got a hobby in music and dance. She's very interested in piano mainly, but otherwise she's got a good hobby in that. So some of her memories are pretty much similar to her siblings. Obviously in the recent sim year, she's obviously had parties. She remembers people getting A stars. So she's had her first kiss with Mercutio, which is interesting. Made out with him. Also, she has kissed Puck. So why is that not rolled out yet? I don't know. I'm going to unlock it because she technically has got it. So yeah, she actually fell in love with Puck, and she's not fallen in love with Mercutio, but obviously that might change. We're just gonna have to see what happens, but otherwise, that's her memories. And then I've given her the brave, excitable, snob, and virtuoso traits as well. So, yeah, I think Hermia is one of these Sims who's going to be like very down to earth, very understanding. She's not going to be the same as her brother or her granddad. She's very much in the middle. She's like neutral to the situation, and she is not afraid to be friends with the Monty clan. I mean, obviously she's got a thing going on with Mercutio, but I don't know if that's going to necessarily work out. We'll have to see. Another thing to mention is that Hermia's come out as bisexual in my game, so she is interested in men and women. But obviously she's had no interest in women at the moment, but we'll have to see if that changes if she goes to college or if she ages up. It all depends on what she wants to do. So yeah, that is basically Hermia, guys, and that is basically the first cat family all introduced. But let me know your comments and suggestions, guys, if you have anything to add with the cats, this cat family in general. But yeah, I hope you like the house, and I hope you like the family that makeovers that I've done for them. So yeah, the next family I'm going to be introducing you is technically the second cat family. So I'm going to be introducing all the cats, then the Monties, and then the Summer Dreams. So the next cat family we're going to be going to is Goneril, Albany, and their children. So bear with me, guys, and I'll be with you in just a sec. Okay, guys, so we're back in neighbourhood mode now, and I'm going to be taking you to our next cat family, which is this household here. So in this household, we have got Goneril, who is one of Consort's children, the second eldest, I believe, as we saw in his memories. So we've got Goneril, her husband, Albany, and then we've got their 4 children, Hal, Desdemona, Miranda, and Ariel. So their bio reads, Goneril's husband, Albany, wanted a big family, and he got it. Will their offspring carry on the cat traditions or smash the establishment to smithereens? So, again, I don't really know the backstory of this household in particular, but from what I've gathered from it, Albany wanted lots and lots of babies, and he was a family sim at the start of the game, so he's all about family. He's all about wanting to have a successful family as well. Whereas Goneril was more interested in her career, didn't really want any more children, and she didn't really anticipate to have lots of children. But I guess she wanted to just to keep her husband happy. And then obviously the children, they're basically growing up in a well-established to-do family. They've had witnesses of, with the Monties, they've noticed all the arguing, they've noticed all the drama that it's caused for the two families. But basically the whole idea of this story is so... are they going to get brought into the drama, or are they going to live their own life? So that's what I've got from it. But anyway, I'm going to take you into the household and we'll meet some of these characters. Okay, guys, so we are now at the second Cap household, and I'm just going to take you a bit around the house, obviously, as I always do. So we have renovated this house as well. I've given Goneril and Albany a car each, and I've just fenced off all the house in general, and I've given them a pond over here, and then round the back I have oh, my game's lagging a bit. I have given them like a porch area, etc. So yeah, I've renovated this lot a bit nicer than what it was, and hopefully you guys like it. So as I said, I've kept to the Tudor sort of style of this house, because I do like it. I think it suits the neighbourhood very well. So on the second floor, we have got a very busy looking second floor. So we've got the main stairwell here, and as I said, I've tried to keep to that traditional rich theme throughout the houses on this side of Veronaville. So they've got their colours, household colours up here. They've got a nice wooden area on the floor here with expensive furniture and nice wallpaper. And then on this side of the house, we've got Miranda's bedroom, one of the teenagers in the Cap household. And then we've got Desdemona and Ariel sharing a room here as well. So this is the girl side of the house pretty much. And then over here, we have got a family bathroom. And then on the side, we have got Albany and Goneril's room over here with an ensuite bathroom. And then we've got Hal over here in his own room. And then obviously they've got like a balcony area here and at the back here as well. And then downstairs we have got the main entranceway with a very messy lounge by the looks of it. I mean, look at that. Pots everywhere. I do believe this family has a maid though, so it's all good. And then obviously on this side of the house, we've got a living room set up over here where it's very red themed. Goneril likes red. That's one of her favourite colours. We've got like a main office space over here where Goneril does most of her work when she's obviously not at her job. And then we've got like a hobby room here with a sewing machine, woodwork bench, a pottery area here. And then we've got the kitchen and dining room at the back over here. So yeah, I've kind of made this house kind of modern, but also kind of old fashioned as well. That's what I was going for. But yeah, let me know what you think, guys, in the comments. Hopefully I've done a good job. But anyway, let's get into introducing some characters first. So the first character I'm going to actually introduce you to is Goneril, because technically she is the cap person in this house. So bear with and I'll be back with Goneril. Okay, guys, so here I am with the notorious Goneril cap. You guys are probably thinking, that's not Goneril, she looks really different. And you will be right, she looks quite different. So I have took Goneril into plastic surgery because her face was a mess and I could not stand looking at it. So I've brought out her cheekbones a bit more and I've given her a bit more of a better jawline, because she had that horrible jawline that, yeah, I just didn't like the way she looked. So I have given her some plastic surgery, but I've tried to obviously keep some of her features kind of the same. Like I've not touched her eyebrows or anything like that. They're still like on point pretty much. I've not touched her nose either, but so this is my version of Goneril, guys. So I've given her a very like smartly dressed outfit, obviously because she's a very business-like woman. And ignore Albany on the toilet, guys. I just realised he's in the background there having a poo. But anyway, so Goneril is 30 years old in my game. She is a family sim, believe it or not now. So she was originally a fortune or knowledge sim, I believe, in the original base game. But she's come out as a family sim. So basically what I'm saying is, for her, after much hard work and that at work, she's decided that she has been missing out a lot on her family. So now she's focused on wanting to prioritise family. And, you know, that's what's important to her, because she got brought up in a very nice, oh, I say nice, in a very good family. She got taught everything when she was younger. And she had the opportunity to go to private school, etc. So that's what she wants for her children. Her lifetime wish, though, is still to become a level 10 in the business career. So she's still got her work at heart, despite her wanting a more of a family role. So she's still very much intrigued in that sense. Her wants at the moment, she wants to have another baby. So she's going to be having a few more children, I think. But that's fine. We like babies. And then her relationships. So she has got a very good relationship with her husband, Albany. All of her children she's pretty much friends with, apart from her teenage daughter, Miranda. But I think there is a bit of a rift between these two because they're so alike. That's what I like to imagine. She's friends with her brother, her sister, her dad, and those various other Sims from her family and in the neighbourhood as well. And obviously enemies with the Monties, just like the rest of her family are. So she's currently level 7. She's vice president in the business career, so she's not that far off from reaching level 10, really. She's going to do well, I imagine. She's going to get to the top of her career, and possibly when Consort dies, she will then be the next head of the business industry. So the way, I don't want to explain this and make it sound really lengthy, but so in my Uberhood, I've decided basically that the caps are going to be like the main business matriarchs in like the whole of the hoods. So they're the top dogs. They are responsible for all the businesses that go on in the Uberhood. So Consort at the minute is the head of that business industry. So he has meetings regularly, like with Malcolm Landgrab, for instance, and all the different districts that are involved. So Malcolm is like the head of Bluewater Village in that district, and in Pleasant View it might be Jennifer Burb, and in Strangetown possibly I don't know who's in the business career in Strangetown. I don't think anyone is actually at the minute. But you kind of get what I mean. I want the caps to be like the top dogs of business in the whole of the neighbourhoods in my Uberhood. So they're going to be the ones who like are in charge of like creating new community lots in the Uberhood. They're going to be sending money to people to build these communities, etc. So that's my vision, and I am actually going to be building a headquarters, possibly not in Veronaville though. This might be in downtown, I want to say. But I am going to be doing a headquarters, and I'm going to have the caps own it. So they will actually be going to work some days at that headquarters, and then, you know, I think it's going to be kind of fun to experiment that sort of role for the caps. I think it's going to be interesting. But let me know what you think, guys, in the comments as well. So I'm getting sidetracked again. I do apologise. So anyway, I just thought I'd mention that though, because I do want to start introducing that into gameplay as well. So yeah, she is level 7, so she's vice president. So technically she is beneath Consort, like as the deputy of that business industry. She's got a good charisma skill and logic as well. She's got a little bit to go yet though until she gets promoted, and she needs one more friend as well. She is a Capricorn. She's very neat, nice and playful. She's got a good fitness level as well. Her interests, she's into money, environment, travel, weather, school and food. She's got a hobby in art, so she particularly likes pottery, so that's why the pottery thing is downstairs. And her memories, I'm not going to go over too much in detail, but basically in the last sim years, she's she had an accident at a party. She taught aerial potty training, and she just had various family reunions for her family, basically. Her traits, I've given her ambitious, artistic, dramatic, family-oriented, and frugal. So she's not really a snob, I don't think, in my eyes. She's kind of like ambitious more than being a snob. She's interested in her career. She's not really bothered about being rich, but obviously she likes getting promotions and everything like that. So that I think suits Goneril quite well. Otherwise, for Goneril, I think I'm obviously going to let her have another child. Do I think she'll be more of a family sim? Possibly yes, because obviously she's now a family sim with a secondary of fortune, so she still cares about her money, her status in the business career, but she does obviously still want to have that family ties, etc. So yeah, that is Goneril, guys. Let me know what you think of her and her new look. She definitely looks a lot more prettier, a lot more better in my opinion. So yeah, so the next sim I'm going to introduce you to is this lovely gentleman over here, her husband, but I will wait until he finishes on the toilet and then we'll get into a bit more detail about him. Okay guys, so our next sim, as I said, is her husband, Albany Cap. So Albany's looking like a farmer at the moment, but I wanted him to look a bit more like lesser class of Goneril, just because I don't know if I've actually explained this. I don't think I actually have. But if you look at the family trees of the people in Veronaville, you will notice that it is actually the females that have the cap name and not the males. So technically Goneril is the founder of this household because she has got the cap name. Because if you go back on Consort, you will see that Contessa had the cap name. And his parents were actually Phoebe's, I think that says, or Phoebe, I'm not too sure. But yeah, Contessa had the cap name, and then that cap name came from her mother and then her grandmother. So they've actually gone down the female line as the like heirs of the family. So that's why I've kind of made Albany a bit more less traditional, because he's not a cap technically. He's married into the family. So yeah, anyway, this is Albany. He is in a like tweed suit and a hat. He likes his hat. So Albany came out as a popularity sim in my game with a secondary fortune, just like Goneril. He is currently 36 years old in my game, so he is a little bit older than what Goneril is. But they get on really well. They met when they were young teenagers, and I kind of like to imagine that Consort kind of set them up because he knew Albany's parents. He knew that they were a good family. So Goneril and him got quite lucky. So that's basically my little storyline for him and her getting together. His lifetime wish at the moment is to have 100,000 simoleons, 100,000 Somalian mansions, sorry, the perfect garden and all hired help and luxury items. So he wants to have all the establishment. He wants to make sure his family is well-to-do. And he feels like he's lucky he's got into that because obviously he's married an heiress of the Cap family. So he feels like he's able to achieve all them things, which I think suits this lifetime wish for him very well. Interestingly enough, though, he wants to become a witch. I don't know if I really want you to be a witch, to be honest, Albany. Well, he'll be a warlock, but I'm just like, I'm gonna have to think about that one because that is a very strange want for him in particular. But we'll have to see. But I'm not gonna lock it, but I will think about it. So, his relationship. So he is obviously very good with all of his family pretty much. He's not friends with his son though, Hal, at the minute, but he's very close to being. He is friends with Jennifer Bird from Pleasant View because he works with her. He's good friends with Cornwall, his brother-in-law. And obviously he hates the Montes just like everyone else does in this family. He's in the law career, actually. I thought he was in business, but no, he's in law. He's a level 3 legal secretary. So he's not really interested in the business side of things because he knows that that's Goneril's plan. So he has gone down the law track. And he's doing okay. He's I think he's due a promotion anytime soon. His personality, so he is an Aries. He is very neat and outgoing and active, but he's very serious and grouchy. So he's not as friendly as what Goneril is. His interests, he's into politics, money, health, sport, work, and sci-fi. He's got a hobby in nature, so he likes his garden very much so, and that's probably why he's also got like the tweed outfit, because he likes gardening by heart as well. And then his memories, again, I'm not going to go over them too much in detail, but he remembers getting all of his children into private school, teaching Ariel to talk, and Hal got an A, and they had a party recently. His traits, he is a angler, a frugal, genius, neat, and he is a snob. I do think he is a snob more than what Goneril is, just because of that lifetime want that he has. So Albany, like I say, I want him to get up in the law career pretty much. I want him to be able to like create his own success in a way rather than just follow into the Cap footsteps. But obviously he wants to have all these luxury items and help in the house. So it may be that we can focus on that for him as well. And he also wants another baby. So I think these two are going to have another child at some point when we start playing them. So yeah, that is pretty much Albany, guys. So now I'm going to take you through the children, and we're going to be starting off with their oldest daughter, Miranda Cap. So I'll be back with Miranda, guys. Okay, guys, so we are now back with Miranda. She is the oldest child of Goneril and Albany. I'm pretty sure she is 13. Let me just double check. Oh no, she's 15. She's 15 years old, which is I don't know if that's actually... I think I might have got Goneril's age wrong, because that would mean that Goneril would have been 15 when she had Miranda, and obviously that's not... yeah, I think I've got Goneril's age wrong. I think she should be at least 33 or 34 years old. So I'm going to have to go back and change that. But anyway, this is Miranda, guys. So as I said, she's 15 years old in my game. She came out as a family sim in my game, strangely enough, because she was a notorious romance sim in the base game. But she's now a family sim, and her birthday is the first day of summer. So she's going to be aging up at the end of the year. Her current wants at the moment, she wants to do her homework. She wants to gain skill point and eat various things. So her relationships, she's good friends with all of her family, like I said, pretty much with the others. Particularly best friends with her younger sister Desdemona and her cousin Hermia, and her dad as well. So she is currently going steady with Rip Grunt, guys, which I don't think is going to last, in my opinion. But I kind of count this as like her first like proper romance, really. I like to imagine her getting all excited that she's got her first boyfriend, and Rip, with being a romance sim, he's going to break her heart eventually, and it might be that she turns out to be a bit of a rebel at college or wherever, or where she wants to go, etc. So, you know, she's going to have her heart broken, I think. And then obviously she's got a crush on Romeo, which I don't think is going to go, Mercutio, sorry, which I don't think is going to go too well with her cousin Hermia, because Hermia's also got a crush on him. But yeah, so she is actually in a relationship with Rick Grunt. She is going steady with him, which she's frightened of being broken up with by Rip, but I think it's going to happen eventually, my darling. I'm sorry to say. So yeah, they're her current relationships. She is a B+ student at private school. She's doing quite well in her studies, and she has a want to continue to do well. So she's a very different sim to what the game made her out to be originally. She is a Cancer sim. She's very neat, very nice, and on the outgoing side, and she's got a good fitness level. Her interests, she's into politics, environment, fashion, travel, animals, sci-fi, and school. She's got a hobby in games. She likes playing darts in particular, I think. And then have a look at some of her memories. So yeah. So she met, she met Rip when she went to school. This is before she got into private school. Went on her first date with him. Had very first kiss, fell in love with him. Went on a date with him again, and then she plucked up the courage to ask him to go steady. And surprisingly, he agreed to it, which I'm a bit surprised at, but I guess he got a little bit of like in the moment sort of thing, and he said yes, but now he's probably regretting it. And then her trait, she's ambitious, good, loves the outdoors, and she's a snob as well. So yeah, Miranda's pretty much at the moment falling in love with her boyfriend and wanting to do well at school. And then if she rolls the want to go to college, then I'll send her. But obviously, she's got to be 16 or over to be able for me to look that want in. But yeah, so that is Miranda, guys. And this is her makeover I gave her. So I've given her like some like dungaree, like play suit outfit here. I've made her hair a bit longer and changed it back to blonde because she had a custom hair on, which I didn't like, and I took them awful glasses off that she had on. So yeah, I think she looks a bit more prettier now. She looks like her mum quite a lot, really. So yeah, we'll have to see what Miranda gets up to when we start playing her. And she is straight. So she is attracted... oh no, sorry. I've got her as bisexual. She's bisexual, guys. So she is attracted to men and women. And yeah, we'll have to see who she meets, but at the moment she is with Rip, so it might be that if she goes to college she might meet someone else, or she might stay faithful to Rip, who knows. But yeah, so yeah, that is basically Miranda, guys. The next person that I'm going to introduce you to is Hal, their first and only son. Okay guys, so our next little cutie is Hal Cap. He is the eldest son and the only son of this cat family. So Hal, he is 10 years old in my game. His birthday is the first day of spring. And yeah, obviously he has no lifetime wishes because he's just a child. But at the moment he wants to age up well. He wants to do his homework and get an A-star report card just like his other sisters do. Relationships wise, he's friends with a lot of people, including his mum, his sisters, and that's it really. He's not friends with his dad yet though, but he is close to being, and he knows the rest of his family. And he doesn't really know the Monties that well. He's heard of them, but he doesn't really know them that well. He's close to being friends with Bottom Summer Dream, so it might be interesting if we get them to be friends with one another. He is an A+ student. Oh, so he should get his report card tomorrow then, on Monday. So that would be a good wish for him to have, to achieve, sorry. He's got a couple of creativity points. His personality, he is an Aries. He is outgoing and nice, and he's got a good fitness level. His interests, he's into sci-fi, toys, school, weather, animals, and travel. His hobby is in music and dance. He particularly likes the keyboard in particular. He's very good on that. And some of his memories, as I said, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but he just remembers like getting into private school recently. He's moved into this new house that they're all living in, and he's got an A-star report card. So he's doing fairly well, bless him. And then his traits, I've given him adventurous, inappropriate, and a bit of a snob. Because I do think Hal is a little bit of a troublemaker. I don't know if he takes after his cousin Tybalt for that, but he's a little bit of a prankster. He's a little bit of a mischievous little dude. So I think he's probably going to cause a little bit of drama further down the line, but obviously we'll have to see what he ages up to be, because obviously when he's a teenager we're going to have to do his aspiration. So it might be that he comes out as a romancing potentially, who knows. But anyway, so that is a little Hal at the moment, guys, and I've given him a bit of a makeover. He's got like this trainer like set with jeans and a black cardigan, etc. But I thought it looked quite cute on him, so I'm not going to change it. So yeah, that is Hal, guys. Now I'm going to move on to Desdemona. Okay, everybody, so we are back with little Desdemona here, and I must say she looks absolutely adorable, bless her. She reminds me of one of them like porcelain dolls, the way she's looking right now. But she's a very pretty young girl. So Desdemona, I believe she is 7 years old in my game, yeah. So her birthday is the 2nd day of spring. She is a little sweet thing, bless her. I find her very sweet. So her wants at the moment, she wants to be friends with Buck, who's in Strangetown, get an A-star report card and do her homework. Her relationships, she's very good friends with most of her family, apart from her younger sister Ariel. But otherwise, she doesn't have any bad relationships with anyone, really. She's quite, she's nearly friends with Buck, so that'll be interesting to do for her. And she's friends with Juliet, her cousin. So she's an A-star student as well in private school. She's doing really well. She's good with her studies, just like her older sister is. And her personality, she is a Taurus. She is very neat, on the playful side. She's got a good fitness level. Her interest, she's mainly into culture, sci-fi, animals, toys and school. Her hobby, I believe, is science. She likes stargazing in particular. She's going to be probably a little scientist when she grows up. Who knows at this point? I hope she does, though, because it'd be something different for this family. And then her memories, again, she remembers getting into private school, getting a A-star report card. Pretty similar to her brother, to be honest. And then her traits, she is friendly, loves the outdoors, and she's a snob as well, guys. But yeah, I think Desdemona is going to be one of these Sims who is successful. She's very smart, very intelligent, and she's very kind as well. I think she's going to be a little sweet thing. I mean, she's very pretty already as a child, so I think she's going to be a stunner when she's older. But yeah, so that is basically Desdemona, guys. And next Sim I'm going to be taking you to is the very sweet and young Ariel Cap, so just bear with me. Right, guys, I can't get a very good angle on Ariel just because of where she is. But Ariel's here, bless her. She is the youngest member of the cat family. So I believe she is 2 years old. Yes, so her birthday is the 3rd day of fall. So she's going to be aging up to 3 at some point when we start playing her. She's a sweet little thing. She wants to learn how to walk. She's still got that to go yet. And she wants to learn some skills as well. Obviously very good friends with Miranda in particular out of all of her siblings, but she's also best friends with her parents. Obviously she has no skills really because she's a toddler, but she has got logic. She is a Sagittarius. She's quite active and playful. She's got a good fitness level for a toddler. Don't ask me how, but she has. And she's got interest at the minute in culture, travel, sport and paranormal. And her hobby is nature. Obviously, she can't do anything at the moment, but her hobby is nature. And her traits, I've given her excitable and loves the outdoors. And then obviously, I've not really done much with her makeover because she is a toddler still at this point. I'm not really bothered about toddlers looking the best at this age because they are still growing up. But as I said, I don't really play Veronica a lot, so I don't know what sort of sim Ariel is going to turn out to be. It's one of these things where I'm going to have to start playing her and see what she's like, basically. But that is Ariel. So that is pretty much all of the household, guys. Next, I'm going to be taking you to our 3rd Cap household, which makes up of Regan, her husband Cornwall. So I will be back with them, guys, in a moment. Okay guys, so I am back in neighbourhood mode and we're going to be going to our final cat family, which are over here. So in this family we have got Regan and her husband Cornwall, and it's just the two of them. Originally Kent Cap was living with them, but he has since moved out and now it's just these two. So let me just read you their bio. So Regan, her husband Cornwall are preoccupied with their careers. But Bianca Monte's affections for Regan's brother Kent have the household on high alert. Will Kent have the courage to break the vendetta? Well, obviously that doesn't apply anymore, so I need to update this, but yeah. So it's just these two at the moment, guys. So let's get into the household and I will tell you a bit more about them. Okay guys, so we are now in our third Cap household and this is what the house looks like. So I have renovated this house quite a bit actually. I've given them a driveway, which I think this is Cornwall's car. I've fenced off all the house so it's more private, but over here I've put in a big pond, which I just think like gets rid of some of this space because this family had a lot of extra space, so I filled it up a bit better. I've kept the maze and the garden plot over here, but I've obviously just like given a lot of flooring, like concrete area as well, just to make it stand out a bit more. And I've just took up the space with like a swimming pools, just to corner it all off basically. But beside that, on the back of the house here, we've got the front of the house at the side, and then at the back we've got like a massive like porch area with entertainment stuff, table and that for when they have guests over. And then as we go into the actual house, on the top floor we have got that modern rich feel again, for the walls and the decor. But particularly on this side of the house we've got a bathroom, a very old fashioned bathroom. Got like a separate toilet area and a bath over here. Then we've got the main landing area where just got a few hobby bits like an easel, a bookcase and a couple of chairs, etc. Over here we've got a gymnasium, so this is where Cornwall does his fitness routine each morning. And then over here we've got like a little mini office area with a laptop and a chess table and that over here. And then we have got Cornwall and Regan just about to wake up in their room, which is situated at the front here. And over here we have got a nursery ready for when they have a baby. So that should be interesting. And then downstairs we have got the main entranceway here. As you go into the house, you've got the living room set up over here. And then we've got another bathroom downstairs. And then we've got a dining room here with the kitchen at the back over here. So I like the way I did this house. I thought it was very nice and it fits in well. Again, I kept the Tudor feel of the outside of the house. Very nice, very pretty. So anyway, guys, let me get into the characters. Okay, guys, so we're going to be starting off with Regan because obviously, as I said in the last Cap household, the female is always the heir. So we've got Regan here and she's saying hello to us. So Regan looks a bit different. I wanted to give her the Miss Honey style, you know, in Matilda, the teacher Miss Honey. I thought she kind of looked like her, so I've given her that sort of look. I've made her look very much like a teacher with her long dress, her glasses, her hair put back. She looks really pretty and she looks very classy, which I like about Regan. So anyway, let's get into a bit about Regan. So Regan is 23 years old, so she is quite young. Her birthday is the 3rd day of summer. She came up for me as a fortune sim and secondary popularity. And her lifetime wish at the moment is to spend 200 hours teaching others. So basically, I do want to go down the education route with her because I think at the moment she is actually in the teacher career. Yeah, I made her change careers because she was originally unemployed and I think a lot of people put her in the business career just because of her family background, being in business. But I didn't particularly see Regan as wanting to go into business because she knows that her sister Goneril wants to go that route and she's not particularly bothered so much about the business career. So I have given her the education route and I think it would suit her very well becoming top of the education career. So that is her little project that she's doing. She's level 4 at the minute, so she is actually an elementary school teacher, so she's doing very well in that. She's got various skills and I think she's due to have a promotion as well shortly. But other than that, she's doing well. Her personality, she is a Virgo. She's very neat. She's on the active end and she's a bit nicer than what the rest of her family are, really. She's got max fitness, so she's good in that. Her interests, she's into politics, money, fashion, culture, travel, sports and work. Her hobby, she's into arts and crafts, so I think particularly she enjoys art. But otherwise, that's basically her hobby with her art. And with her memory, she remembers obviously moving into this house. She got herself a job in the education career, and she's been a bit up and down with her career actually. She's been demoted once, but she has been promoted a few times since then. So she had a bit of a struggle at first, but she's doing quite well now. And her traits, she is artistic, nurturing, frugal, snob, and a workaholic. So she does enjoy her job. She enjoys nurturing students. She wants the best out of them. She wants them to do really well. So I think she would make a lovely school teacher. So that's why I've given her this look in particular as well. At the moment, she's got current wants to be affectionate towards her husband and become best friends with Andrea Hogan, who is the current headmistress, guys, in my elementary school that I have built for Pleasant View. So a little bit of a spoiler there. We are going to be doing the school episode when we get enough children in that area, basically. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. So yeah, that is pretty much Regan, guys. And now I'm going to introduce you to her husband, Mr. Cornwall Cap. Okay, guys, so we are back with Cornwall, who doesn't know what's going on. He's like, huh? Hello, are you talking to me? Bless him. So yeah, guys, this is Cornwall. He looks a little bit different as well. I've got rid of that horrible mustache beard that he had, and I've given him a bit of a normal one. He's got the very distinguished jawline, but I've left it for him because I really couldn't be bothered to change it. I'm not too bothered, to be honest. I've given him glasses. I've given him like this sweatshirt and jeans set. And yeah, he looks a bit like someone out the 60s or 70s, to be honest, but it's fine. But anyway, so Mr. Cornwall, what can I tell you about him? So he is currently 27 years old in my game. So he is another one that's a little bit older than what his wife is. He came out as a fortune and secondary popularity, just like his wife. And he has a lifetime wish of reaching the top of his career and have 3 children on the same level. So he wants to have 3 children by the sounds of it. And he wants them to reach the top of his career just like he wants to. So his current one is to get promoted and earn 3,500 simoleons and show affection to his wife mainly. He has got good relationships with various people. He's best friends with his father-in-law Consort and his brother-in-law Albany. Very close to his wife. He's got very good chemistry with Regan, and he is friends with various other people, including his sister-in-law as well, Goneril. He's an executive level 5 in the business career, so he wants to be involved in the cap business industry. So he is an executive level 5 at the moment. He's doing quite well, and he's got good skills and charisma as well as logic and creativity. His personality, he's a Sagittarius. He is very neat, active, got a good fitness level. And his interests, he's into money, fashion, travel, work and school. His hobby, I believe, is in nature. He likes fishing in particular. But otherwise, that's his hobby. And again, his memories are pretty similar to Regan's, but he got chased by a wolf. So he wasn't too impressed with that, really. He got a promotion as well, and he's just been friends with people mainly. And then his traits, he's ambitious, family-oriented, frugal, neat, and he's a snob as well. So that is pretty much Cornwall. So I think for my vision for him, he's going to want to have some children at some point, and he wants to reach his top of his career. So he wants to make it in the business industry. It might be that he is a lead district leader in like one of the other towns potentially. He might even take over Strangetown, because obviously Strangetown doesn't have anyone in the business career as of yet. So Consort might give him that opportunity to be the head of the business state in Strangetown. We'll have to see. But anyway, that is the third cat family, guys, and their characters, etc. So the next household I'm going to be taking you to now is over the river, far over the river over here. And we are going to be introducing you to the first Monty household. So just bear with me, guys, and I'll be back to show you them. Okay guys, so we are back in neighbourhood mode now, and I'm going to be taking you over to this side of the river where we're going to be meeting our Monty families. So the first Monty family I am going to be taking you to is the head of the Monty clan, which is here. So we have got the Monty Ranch, and in this household we have got Patricio Monty, his wife Isabella, and their two grandsons Romeo and Mercutio Monty. So their bio reads, Patricio Monty never forgot Consort Cap's broken promise, but now his grandson Romeo has fallen for a Cap heiress. Will the elders live to see the two families unite? So basically, obviously, as I said before, we went into the Cap household. We established that, obviously, Romeo and Juliet are in a relationship, and the two families do not like this. But also as well, Patricio and Consort have history with Consort's wife Contessa. So yeah, there is a lot of drama going on with these two families. So we'll obviously have to see what Patricio's memories are as well, and compare him and Consort together. So yeah, as I said though guys, if you do know what's happened, please do let me know in the comments, because as I said, I'm not familiar with Veronaville, so if I get anything wrong, please do let me know. But anyway, let's take you into the Monty Ranch and we'll meet some of these characters. Okay everybody, so we have now loaded it into the Monty Ranch, and as you can see it looks quite different yet again, like most of my houses do. So basically what I've done with this household is I've added a double garage to the front of the house. So now everyone has got a car apart from the Romeo, because he's not old enough to drive yet technically. But Mercutio's got his own car, Patricio and Isabella have as well. So let me take you first of all into the house over here. So technically on the second floor, which is not very big, we have got like a little activity area. So they've got a tea set over here. They've got a running machine, an exercise machine over here. They've got a little mini balcony at the front there. So this is just like a hobby room more than anything else. And then over here we've got the chess table, a bookcase and an easel. And then the balcony's here. And then outside at the back here, we've got a garden plot. And we've also got the graves of Romeo Mercutio's father and mother, Claudio and Olivia Monty. I am planning to make a cemetery in Veronaville, but I've just not done it yet. So that's why they're still here. But as we go into the main bulk of the house, so at the front here, we've got the main porchway or entranceway. So I thought this was really pretty. I've given them a fountain. I've given them a couple seating areas out here, and then the main doorways here to get into the house, which I thought was really cute and nice. So on this side of the river, I've given them like the, I don't know if it's Mediterranean or Italian themed. I think it's supposed to be Italian, thinking about it now. But I've given them like this sandy brickwork, and I think it suits it quite well. So as I said, so in the entranceway, we've got a big open entranceway with some bookcases, some seating, and a stairwell leading up to the top room at the top of the house. On this side of the house, we have got the main living room seating area, along with the kitchen and the dining room attached on the front of the house here. So this is where Isabella does most of her cooking, baking, etc. And she loves her kitchen very much. And then over here we've got the living room where they can come and watch some TV and have a read of some books. And then over here we've got Isabella and Patricio's room. They're currently waking up, so they're not going to be long before they're up and ready for the day. And then they've got their own ensuite bathroom over here as well. And then on this side of the house we have got the boys. So we've got Mercutio's bedroom over here, and he's just getting out of bed right now. So yeah, he's not going to be long. He's a very typical teenage boy. He's got posters everywhere in his room. He's got his guitar, his desk and dresser over here as well. And then we have got a bathroom that both the boys share, pretty much over here. And then we've got Romeo's room over here. He's just getting up as well. He's very much into his posters as well and music. And yeah. So that is the house, guys. Let me know what you think about that. But now we're going to be having a look a bit more closely at the characters. And we're going to be starting with Patricio Monty. Okay, everybody, so we are back with Patricio, and I can't decide who's more grumpy, him or Consort, because look at that face. If looks could kill, guys, right? So Patricio Monti, guys. So he is the head of the Monti families. He is currently 67 years old in my game. So he's getting on up there in age. His birthday, is the 3rd day of fall. So he's going to be 68 when we start playing him. He came out as a fortune sim and secondary family when I did his aspirations again. And his lifetime wish is to write 30 restaurant guides and try 30 high quality dishes. So again, this is a custom lifetime want that I got off Mod The Sims. But otherwise, that's what he wants to do. He's retired. He is a retired chef, level 10. I'm pretty sure him and Isabella is meant to have like their own restaurant that they gave to Antonio, their son. But we'll have to see a bit more into that when we get to Antonio. But they are both retired now, so they're no longer working. His relationships, obviously, he is good friends with his grandson, Mercutio. Very close to his wife, but he doesn't have a lot of chemistry for Isabella, which is quite interesting. He's good friends with Bianca, his daughter. Not friends with his son, Antonio, yet, but I don't think he looks like a very friendly man, to be honest. I wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of Patricio looking at that face, believe me. And then obviously he is enemies with all the caps, pretty much. So he is a Sagittarius. He is very neat, and it tends to be on the other end of shy, lazy, serious, and grouchy. He has got no fitness level. He is quite chunky, bless him. But he was a chef, so he enjoys his food a bit too much, I think. Interests, he's into politics, money, weather, work, and animals. He has obviously got a hobby in cuisine. He loves food. He likes cooking food. He liked his career being a chef, so he's all about that. Right then, so this is going to get interesting, guys. So we're going to go back to obviously when he was younger, and we're going to see what his memories say. So as I suspected, so he actually fell in love with Contessa. So I'm pretty sure that he met Contessa first, and he wanted to pursue a relationship with Contessa, but Consort got in the way of that, and Contessa fell in love with Consort. So that's why he lost Contessa as a best friend, as well as losing Consort as a best friend. So I'm pretty sure that is what's happened between the families. And then after that, he got fired from his job in the business. So I think them two were colleagues then, by the looks of it. Consort fired him, and then he became enemies with him. So I'm pretty sure that's what's happened then, obviously. Then he got a job in the culinary career, and he's been successful ever since in that. He then met Isabella, and then he fell in love with her, got married, and obviously they had their children. They had Claudio, who was the oldest. Then they had Antonio, and then shortly after that they had Bianca. So Antonio is the one that is sadly deceased, and his wife has died as well. So he taught most of his children their skills, and has been promoted quite well. Remembers having his grandchildren, etc. So he has done okay for himself, I guess. But I think he's just a very bitter old man, considering what he's been through. And as you can tell by this face, he's been bitter for a very long time by the looks of it. But it's very interesting that he doesn't have a very good chemistry with his wife. So potentially he's settled for second best, probably, in his eyes. I don't know. But very interesting story. So I have given him traits. He's disciplined. He's grumpy. He's a natural cook, neat, and he's quite nurturing. Because he is a secondary... Oh, no, he's secondary... No, he's not. He's secondary family, so that's why he's nurturing. So he does care about his family quite a bit. So, yeah. It's going to be interesting to play Patricio because obviously he's got a lot of heartache, I think. I do feel for the Monty side more than what I do the Caps, to be honest, because obviously The Caps have got all the money, they've got all the luxuries in life, and they've done quite well for themselves. Where I think Patricio, in particular on the Monty side, he's had a lot of heartbreak, he's had a lot of setbacks. And obviously he lost his first true love, Contessa, to his best friend. So, it's a very horrible situation for him, but I can't blame him for being bitter. It's not a nice situation, but we'll have to see what we do with him. It might be that, he potentially seeks some help from certain Sims in this neighbourhood, and they might be able to bring Contessa back, and, he might be able to settle some old issues that have arisen. But anyway, so that is Patricio, guys. The next thing we're going to be looking at is his wife, Isabella. Okay, guys, so we are now back with Isabella Monty, and I've given her a bit of a makeover. She looks a little bit different. So I've given her like this cardigan, like suit set. I think it matches her quite well. So Isabella, what can I tell you about her? So obviously Isabella is the wife of Patricio. She is 62 years old, so she's a bit younger than him. Her birthday is the first day of spring, so she's not going to be aging up until a bit later on in the Let's Play. She is a pleasure sim and secondary romance sim, which is very interesting. Her lifetime wish at the moment is to win 20 cooking contests and learn to prepare 20 dishes quite well. Her relationship, so again, she is quite a friendly sim with her family anyway. So she's got good relationships with all of her grandsons pretty much. Her husband and her son Antonio. Not quite friends yet with her daughter, which I find a bit strange. And then obviously she hates the Caps, and she particularly doesn't really like Juliet very much as well. I bet she sees Juliet as a bit of a threat, really. Again, she's another retired level 10 chef, which I think, as I said before, I think her and Patricio had a restaurant together, but they've now given that to Antonio. She's an Aries. She's on the outgoing side, and she's pretty much in the middle with the rest of her personality. She's not as chunky as what Patricio is, but she is a bit chunky. Her interests, she's into culture, travel, animals, food, and school. She's got a hobby in nature, but she has got a secret society, a secret lot membership to the music and dance hobby lot. And then her memories, so she remembers obviously earning a lot of money as business, and then she remembers obviously getting married and that to Patricio. Had her very first, Patricio's her first everything really. Got married to him, was promoted, had her children, grandchildren, etc. So yeah, she's done okay for herself. And then her traits, she is friendly, a genius, green thumb, natural cook, and a perfectionist. So that is pretty much Isabella even. So Isabella's an interesting one because obviously she's come out as a secondary romance sim. So it might be that she kind of feels like she is a second option for Patricio because she knows what happened between him and Contessa. Like, I think he was quite honest about it when he met her. So she's probably thought for all these years that he has settled for second best because I think truly deep down she knows that Patricio loved and cherished Contessa. So it might be like she had enough at this point now because they started off as not having a crush even on each other or was not in love with each other anyway. So I think the game was trying to tell us something, like probably they had distanced themselves for quite a while, but obviously I've got ACR in my game, so it brought them closer together since then. So it might be that although she does love Patricio, she's quite bitter at the fact that obviously he still thinks about Contessa to this day. And she doesn't particularly, she's not grateful for that at all. She finds that quite disrespectful, considering he's been married to her for all these years. And she's probably now thinking, you know what, I've had enough of this. I want to, I want to be with someone who appreciates me. I want to be with someone who, gives me time, which Patricio doesn't. He's very bitter, very grumpy, spends a lot of time on his own. So I think she's starting to notice that, and she's starting to wonder, is there someone else out there that I could potentially, spend the rest of my years with and be happy? but obviously we'll have to see what happens when we start playing her. But yes, that is Isabella, guys. And the next team I'm going to be introducing you to now is the eldest of the grandsons, and it's going to be Mercutio Monty. Okay, guys, so we are now back with Mercutio, who looks very different. So he is now got a little bit of a skater boy vibe going on. I wanted to make him look a bit more skater boyish, a bit more like, he likes skating. He likes, all the typical teenage boy stuff. But anyway, so Mercutio Monty, guys. So he is the eldest grandson of all the Monty families. He is 16 years old. His birthday is the 3rd day of fall. So he's going to be 17 in this round. I have locked in his want to go to college because obviously he's now 16. So that makes sense for him. He is a family sim, guys. So originally he was a popularity, but now he's a family sim. He has also got a want here to go steady. So I'm pretty sure that's assuming that he wants to go steady with Hermia. So it might be when we start playing this family that he asks Hermia to come round and ask her to go steady potentially. But we'll have to see whether she accepts or not. She might do, guys. Who knows? But relationships-wise, he's obviously friends with his brother, his grandparents, and he knows various other Sims in the town. He is enemies with Tybalt still, as we all know, and he's very angry with Juliet. Juliet doesn't appreciate him one bit. So he has got a job. He's in the culinary career. He's a level 2 drive-through clerk, and he is doing quite well in school. He's an A+ student. So he's doing very well in his studies as well as working. He has got some skills in mechanical and creativity mainly. He is a Sagittarius. He is outgoing, playful, and on the grouchier end. He is quite fit, though, in his fitness. His interests, he's into environment, culture, animals, toys, and sci-fi. He's got a hobby in music and dance. He particularly enjoys playing guitar most of the time. So it might be when he goes to college, he joins a band. Who knows? It might be fun to do. So his recent memories, he remembers getting beaten up by Tybalt in a fight, but he remembers his cousins getting A stars, and he's kissed and made out with Hermia, so he has got a crush on her at the moment because of that. And then his traits, he's an animal lover, he's very childish, family oriented, and he likes music. So that is pretty much Mercutio, guys. So it's going to be interesting to see if Hermia does accept his going steady request. It'd be very sweet if he does. But obviously we're going to have to think about what Hermia wants as well. But, we can ask, and if she accepts, that'll be great for him. So yeah, that is pretty much Mercutio. He is straight in my game. So yeah, he's going to be only interested in women at the moment. But yeah. So hopefully he's going to be an interesting character to play when we get started with this family. And then finally, guys, we're going to be introducing you to his younger brother, Romeo. Okay, guys, so finally we are with the last person of this household. We are with Romeo Monty, and he's looking a bit worse for wear, bless him. He's covered in acne, but a lot of people think Romeo is very handsome. I'm going to be honest, I don't see it with this version of him anyway. I definitely think Mercutio is more attractive than him. But yeah, I don't find him attractive at all, but each to their own. Obviously Juliet sees something in him. But yeah, I've given him this outfit. He's a bit more smart and sophisticated compared to Mercutio. But anyway, so Romeo is not that far off Mercutio's age. He's 15. His birthday's the 1st day of spring, so he's going to be aging up towards the end of the rotation. He came out as a pleasure sim in my aspiration calculations for him. He's got a want at the moment to see the ghost of Tybalt. So obviously we know that he is enemies with Tybalt at the moment, or he hates him anyway. So yeah, he's got a want to. I want a lot of that ink, so I think that was quite amusing. So he, as we know, he's going steady with Juliet Cap. They've been together for a little bit now, and things are going okay. He knows that his grandparents don't approve of this relationship, but he doesn't let that get in the way, really. I think his grandfather's not really impressed because they're not even friends, so it might be that he's potentially seeing this as a bit of a threat towards the family. He is good friends though with his brother and his grandma. Good friends with Puck Summer Dream and the Summer Dream household. Friends with this Clay Ray Towney, who Angela Pleasant's with at the minute. And then, yeah, he hates Tybalt pretty much. So he's doing well. He's an A-star student as well, just like his brother. And he's also got a job in the culinary career, but he is a level 1 dishwasher. He's got good charisma and creativity skill. He is an Aries. He's quite outgoing and nice, and he's got a good fitness level as well. His interests, he's into environment, entertainment, toys, work, and sci-fi and school mainly. He's got a hobby in sport, and he particularly likes soccer, so I think he's got a goalpost outside from what I can remember. So it'd be interesting for him to probably get into like some sort of sport career when he goes to college, if he goes to college even. And then, as you can see here, guys, so he regrets getting with Juliet. He's not keen on the idea of being in a relationship. So he kind of regrets that, but he's had a good date to her. He's got a good memory of falling in love with her. So I don't know. He probably had a bit of cold feet about getting with her. Who knows? But he's okay now, I think, with being with her. And then, yeah, that's pretty much the only change that has really happened for him. And then his traits, he's athletic, childish, irresistible to women, apparently. And he loves cars. He's a vehicle enthusiast. So Romeo, again, he's going to be another interesting sim to play, especially if he goes to college, and if he goes to college with Juliet even. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how these boys get on generally in college, whether they're going to go down the same routes of going to the same college, or whether they go to different colleges, and what they're going to do. And yeah, hopefully it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be fun with these guys, especially because these two are like two of the main people that seem to have the problems in this neighborhood. So yeah, it's going to be fun, guys. But anyway, so that is the first Monty household, everyone. So the next household I'm going to be taking you to is the next Monty household, which includes Patricio and Isabel's son Antonio and his 2 twin children. So I will be back in a moment. Okay, guys, I am back in neighbourhood mode, and we're going to be going to our second Monty household, which is this mansion over here. So we have got Antonio Monty, who is the now eldest son of the Patricio and Isabella's children. And he's got his 2 twin children, Benedict and Beatrice Monty. So their buyer is recently widowed. Antonio must either give up his job at the family restaurant and use his savings to raise his twins, Beatrice and Benedict, or hire help and keep the job he loves. What will be his role in the family feud that may have cost him his wife? So basically, pretty much, there's this whole conspiracy theory that Antonio is obviously recently widowed. He's lost his wife, sadly. And I think people are starting to suspect that the cats had something to do with this. But Antonio has done something, I think, in the caps that has obviously cost him the life of his wife. But we don't know what this is yet, and I'm not too sure either. So if you guys could leave me any comments down below to actually tell me what's happened, or if you know, or if you've got any speculations yourself, let me know what you guys think as well. But anyway, we're going to get into this house and we're going to meet these characters. Okay, guys, so we are now back with this Monty household. And again, I have renovated this household to match the other mansions on this side of the river. So at the front here, we've got a car for Antonio, a little mini driveway, and then I have fenced off this part of the house right here. But as we go into the house, so on the second floor, we have got Antonio's bedroom, which he shares on his lonesome. But he has got like a little mini room to himself. He's got his own open closet, computer desk up here. He's got a keyboard, bookcase, and all the stuff that he needs. And then downstairs here, we have got the bit where he can come upstairs as well. And also we've got a balcony outside for him here. Then as we go down into the ground floor, we've got the main entranceway here, and then we've got various corridors and rooms, which I think is quite nice. He's got a main dining room set up over here. Then at the back here, we've just got a bookcase. I'm probably going to put in a few chairs or something when we get round to it. And then on this side of the house, we've got a big kitchen that he cooks for everyone in. And then we've got the corridor coming along here, where we've got a hobby room with a chess table and game set up here with an easel as well. We've got a bathroom here for Benedict to use, because Benedict's room is just here. So he has got a downstairs bedroom, and he has got his bits and bobs in here that he needs. And then on this side of the household, we have got the living room set up, where they've also got another computer desk area here, along with a stereo and a fireplace. And then we've got another bathroom here for Beatrice, which her room is here as well. Very girly as well. But yeah, that is basically the house, guys. We don't have much out the back out here at the minute, so I don't have the simoleons. They're quite low on simoleons at the moment, so I've not completely finished, but when they get a few more simoleons, then we can finish the house pretty much. But yeah, so I'm going to be taking you into some of the characters, guys. So we're going to be starting off with Antonio. Okay, guys, so this is Antonio Monti. He is the father and recently widowed husband of this household. So Antonio in my game, he is 35 years old. His birthday's the first day of summer, so he's not going to be aging up for a while yet. He came out for me as a fortune and secondary family sim. His lifetime wish is to become a level 10 celebrity chef, just like his parents were. So my storyline for him is basically he's took over the family restaurant as the next heir, basically, to own it. Obviously he's working very hard at work, but as we saw in his bio, he's got to choose whether to hire help for looking after his children over the job that he loves. And obviously with his wife now deceased, it's made it 10 times harder for him to be able to enjoy his career and look after his children. So yes, his relationships. He is obviously best friends with both his children. He's friends with his mum, but not his dad, and not his sister either, Bianca. And he knows various other people, and obviously he is enemies with the Caps as well. Job-wise, he is already a level 8 in the culinary career, so he's not really got that far left to go until he reaches that level 10 position. He has got very good skill in cooking, creativity, and he's actually maxed out his creativity skill and logic. Doesn't have any talent badges though. His personality, he's a cancer sim. He's neat, active, on the chubby end of things, bless him. And his interests, he's into crime, food, paranormal, school, and culture. He's got a hobby in cuisine. He particularly likes cooking mostly. And his memories, so he's been repoed twice since we started playing as family for that first sim year. So he is struggling financially at the moment. Obviously being on his own and being a single dad. But he remembers obviously his children getting A stars, so they're doing well. But obviously he's worried that his house is possibly going to get repossessed. So he needs to come up with a plan to try and sort this money situation out. So that is what we're going to be trying to do with him. This is his outfit. I've just given him leathers mainly, a leather jacket and some trousers, different hairstyle to make him look a bit more sophisticated, well, not sophisticated, a bit more neat looking. So yeah, that is basically Antonio, guys. All his traits. He is a family oriented, frugal, natural cook, perfectionist, but he's very socially awkward. I've given him this trait in particular because when I have played him before, he was not very good at speaking to women. In fact, women used to try and get away from him because he was just a bit weird and a bit arrogant towards them. So I do think this is kind of like a reaction, obviously, his wife dying recently. It's made him go a little bit tense, a little bit socially awkward with people. So that's why I've given him that trait. So it'll be interesting to see how that helps with the gameplay. But yeah, so that is Antonio, guys. Now we're going to be moving on to his children. I'm going to be starting with Benedict, his little son. So I'll be back with him in just a moment. Okay, guys, so we are back with Benedict, and I always think Benedict's very strange looking. Compared to his sister anyway, and they're supposed to be identical twins, which is quite weird. But anyway, so this is Benedict, guys. He is 9 years old, and both the twins' birthdays are on the third day of winter, so they're going to be aging up to 10 years old this round. Obviously my children don't have lifetime wants or anything like that at the moment, but his current wants at the minute, he wants to be best friends with Desdemona, who is one of the Cap children. I particularly see the younger generation of the Monties and the Caps not really having any sort of rivalry between one another, because they were too young really, or they weren't even born when this whole thing kicked off. So they don't see why both families are at loggerheads, and they don't really particularly understand why they should be. So yeah, it's they're not bothered about it basically. So he wants to be friends with her. He wants to complete his homework and get an A-star report card again. His relationship, so he's good friends with his dad and his sister. He's friends with Bottom Summer Dream, which is interesting. And he knows pretty much everyone else, and he doesn't particularly like the Caps. He doesn't like Goneril or Albany anyway. But they probably like outcasted him when he went round there, who knows. He's already an A-star student, and he's got some creativity skill. His personality, he's obviously a Pisces. He is active, serious and grouch on the nicer end. Playful and nicer end, sorry. He's got a good fitness level. He is interested in crime, paranormal, sports, weather, animal and sci-fi in school. Sorry, guys. He has got a hobby in sports. He particularly likes soccer, is it? Oh no, basketball, sorry. He's interested in basketball, mainly as his sub-hobby. And then his memories, he remembers obviously getting repossessed when the Repo Man came round. But other than that, he doesn't really have a lot of other changes, to be honest. He remembers his mother dying, sadly. And then I've given him the athletic, rebellious and car enthusiast traits as well. He's going to be like a typical boy, I think. He's going to love cars. He's going to love sport. He's going to be an active sim. So I think he's going to have quite a nice childhood and teenagehood when he gets a bit older. But anyway, that is Benedict, guys. And now I'm going to be taking you over to Beatrice, his twin sister. Okay, so here is Beatrice, everyone. She's very cute, very innocent looking, bless her. So again, Beatrice is obviously Benedict's twin sister. So she is the same age as him. She's 9 years old. And her birthday along his birthday is the third day of winter, like I said. So Beatrice, she's got similar wants to what Benedict has. She wants to do well in school and exercise quite a bit. Her relationships are no really different, to be honest. She doesn't really have many friends apart from her brother and her dad. I potentially see her as a bit shy, to be honest. But we'll see like what her personality is when we start playing her. She's also an A-star student, and she's got a couple of mechanical skill points. And she's Pisces, but she is active and nice and a little bit less playful than what her brother is. She's an okay fitness level. Her interest, she's into crime, sports, paranormal, travel, animals, toys and school and sci-fi. Her hobby, she is into nature. She likes gardening particularly. And again, her memories are no different really to Benedict's. They pretty much have the same memories at the moment. And her traits, she's athletic, she's a good sim, and she loves the outdoors. So I like to have Beatrice become really good friends with her grandma Isabella, because I always like the thought of a granddaughter and grandmother being really close. I mean, I'm very close to my grandmother, and I just think it'd be lovely for Beatrice to have a good relationship with her grandmother, because obviously she doesn't have a mother role model now because her mum died. So I'd like to see Isabella take up that role of showing Beatrice the right track in life. So that is my main goal for her at this point. But otherwise, if she roles any particular wants to do anything, then we can focus that on her as well. But anyway, guys, that is this Monty household all introduced and looked at. So our third and final Monty household is going to be Bianca Monty. And I'll be back with her in a moment. So just bear with me, guys. Okay, guys, we are back in neighbourhood mode, and we are going to be going to our last Monty household, which is this house over here. So over here we have got Bianca Monty. She is the youngest child of the Monty children. And her bio reads, Bianca Monti is happy to be out on her own, but can she find someone to make a family with? So yeah, originally Bianca was a family sim, so obviously that bio is a little bit outdated, but she's now living on her own in this mansion, and she's doing okay, but as I said, she wants to find someone to be with and share her life with someone, basically. So I'm going to load up the household and we will get to know her a little bit better. So we'll see her in there. Okay, everybody, we are at Bianca's lovely house, and it looks very luxurious, as you can probably tell. So again, I've renovated this house to suit Bianca and her needs. So at the front here, we have got a driveway for Bianca with her own car, and I've decorated this area to look a bit more like naturey and pretty. At the back here, she's got her own private swimming pool with a couple of sun loungers and a bar here as well. She likes to host a lot of parties, I think, and a fountain and a nice little back door entrance area. So as we go into the house, so on the top floor, we have just got a couple of spare bedrooms and a main bathroom, which Bianca obviously uses. But otherwise, the top floor is pretty spacious, really. Then when we go into the main bit of the house, so we've got the open entrance here with a grand staircase leading up to the top floor. On this side of the house, we have got the dining/kitchen area, which Bianca spends most of her time cooking because she's also in the culinary career. And up this bit of the corridor, we have got another bathroom and like a little mini study area for her to go into. And then I've obviously put in a garage as well, so that is part of the house as well. Then on this side of the house, we have got the living area, the living room space where she comes and watches some telly at times. And then we have got her bedroom back here where she's currently sleeping. So that is basically Bianca's house. I'm very happy with it. I think it's very pretty and I can't wait to get actually playing in it. So I'm going to take you into a bit about Bianca now, guys. So I'll wake her up and then we'll have a look at her. Okay, guys, so here is Bianca, or my version of Bianca. She's very, very pretty. I think she's gorgeous. So I have made her look kind of like her usual self. I've kept the glasses for her. I've kept the short hair. I've just given her a little bit of makeup and I've changed her outfit to this nice little dress that she's got on. So what can I tell you about Bianca, guys? So Bianca is currently 27 years old in my game. So her birthday is the first day of summer and she came out as a pleasure and secondary popularity for me. So she's pretty much similar to her brother, to be honest, Antonio. She is in the culinary career. She's a level 6 prep cook. So she's working her way up in her culinary career. But like her bio said, she wants to eventually get with someone and meet someone. As you can see here, she's currently got a want to go on a date with someone. Her lifetime wish is to reach golden anniversary. So she does want that family life. So we'll have to see who she meets. She doesn't have anyone in particular at the moment in her relationship panel. But she does have a crush on AJ Loner from Strangetown, so it might be that potentially we can probably get these two to have some sort of relationship. But obviously with AJ being a secondary romance, it's not going to really work out very well, I don't think. But we shall see. But other relationships, obviously she's okay with her dad. She's not friends with her mother. She's good friends with Kent Cap, who is... I forgot to mention, Kent Cap is in Downtown, guys, so he's not going to be featuring in this episode. He'll be in the next one. And then she just knows various other people in the town and obviously hates the Caps as usual. Her personality, she is a Cancer sim. She's very active and nice, and she's okay fitness. Her interest, she's into culture, fashion, food, and money particularly. She's got a hobby in arts and crafts mainly. She likes painting quite a lot. And her memories, so she remembers moving in, going on a date with AJ. She shared a kiss and made out of him. And obviously got a crush on him afterwards. But they're not in any serious relationship at the moment. So they're just dating really. And then her trait, she's artistic, good sense of humour, natural cook. She is quite shy and a virtuoso. So that is basically Bianca, guys. I really do want to try and find someone and start a family with. I do think she deserves it. I mean, she's a gorgeous, simple one, but also she's got a good, ambitious mind about her. She wants to do well in her culinary career, and she's got a very grand house that she needs lots of children to share with her. So we'll have to see who she meets, but I'm excited to play her because I think she's quite an interesting sim out the Monty lot as well. But yes, guys, that is Bianca, and that's her house. And now we're going to go back into neighbourhood mode and meet our final family for this episode, and that is going to be the Summer Dream household. So I will be back, guys, when we load them up. Okay, guys, so we are back in neighbourhood mode now, and we're going to be taking you to our last family of this introductory video, and it's no other than the Summer Dream household. So the Summer Dreams are made up of oh my god, I forgot how you say her name. Well, I say Titania, but a lot of people say Titiana or something like that. But I call her Titania because that's just the way I've always pronounced her name. So we've got Titania, Summer Dream, we've got Puck, we've got Bottom, and we've got Oberon. And they've just had a baby called Zadie as well. So basically, I think I've just pretty much spoiled it, guys. You've noticed that most of these Sims here are witches or warlocks. And this is because the whole idea of this family is that they're very magical. They're supposed to be like fairies, I believe, obviously from Shakespeare's, obviously from Shakespeare, that's where they've come from. But obviously we don't get fairies unless you mod them into the game. So I've made them witches because I just think, magic and everything, it's pretty much the same sort of thing. And I do want to experiment using supernaturals in this game. And I think having the Summer Dreams as witches and warlocks is going to be interesting. Just because obviously there's this whole thing that they can cast spells on the families of Veronaville. They can make potions, they can do spells, they can do anything if they put their mind to it. So it's going to be interesting to see how we can use the supernatural side of things to actually influence our gameplay a bit better. So hopefully we can use that to our advantage, and I'm quite excited to test that out. But let me just read you their bio really quickly. The Summer Dream's kindly nature and zest for life have cast a romantic spell over Veronaville's youth, but will there be any magic left for Puck? So that pretty much explains it. They're very magical, very spellbound driven, and they are very kind in nature. So they're good people. They're not bad witches, they're good people. And so let's get into the house, guys, and I'll show you what I've done with our house and talk to you a bit about what each of them are like. Okay, everybody, so we have now loaded into the Summer Dream household, and I think I have spent the most time on this house renovating it. I mean, I think it took me like a day or so to actually get it to where I wanted it. As I say, it looks very different to what it usually looks like. I think it was made to be built like a theatre or something originally, but I didn't particularly like that. I mean, as I said, I'm not really a Shakespeare lover, to be honest, so I like my houses to look quite traditional, quite nice, and I stuck with the Tudor theme mainly in this part of Veronaville. So yeah, I've changed it up a bit, so I will show you in a moment, guys, of what I've done. But outside we've got a driveway now. This is Oberon's car. I've given them a close-in part of the house with a greenhouse for Titania because she's a nature-loving sim. Over here I've given them a pond where they can come and do some fishing, and it just looks nicer. Then at the back here, we've had a major change. So obviously you guys will probably remember in the base game that all this was like stage themed. We had party stuff everywhere. We had a dance floor bit over here with some stereos, etc. But now I've changed it to look a bit more modern and a bit more still party themed, but obviously looks a bit more luxurious than what it did before. So I've given them a swimming pool in the centre bit here. And then we've still got like the mini porchways bit. So we've got a DJ set over here with a karaoke. We've got a hot tub area over here, and then we've got like a food stand and lounges over here as well. Then at the back here, we've got a big open balcony area over here where it looks a bit nicer. But anyway, let me take you through the actual house itself because I'm actually quite happy with how it's come out. I'm actually quite proud of this one. Not meaning to brag, but I am happy with it. So on the top floor here, I've made it very clean looking, very like like Disney themed, very magical, very fairy like. So I've tried to incorporate lots of greenery, lots of pinks and bright colours into this house. So on the top floor, we've got a massive staircase area, which got a massive landing. On this side of the house, we have got Puck's room. And as you can see, some lights and sparkles shine off him because obviously he's a fairy, witch technically. But he has got his own room. He's got a keyboard in here, a bookcase, an exercise machine, etc. And he's got his own little mini like little section here with his wardrobe and seat and everything here. And I've put all this ivory on the wall, similar to what I did in the Spectre household in Strangetown, because obviously they're witches slash fairies, so they like nature, so it incorporates it in their house. Over here we've got the new baby Zadie's room. Just a little mini nursery for her, to be honest. And then on this side we have got a bathroom for the family as well. Then on this side of the house we have got Bottom's room. She is very girly girl. She's got her toys and everything along here. She's got a dresser, a bookcase, a desk and everything. So that's very nice for her. And then we have got Titania and Oberon's bedroom here with a piano, lots of ivory on the wall, their bed. This is my favourite part. I've like incorporated the chest of drawers and the wardrobe together, so it looks like it's one big massive thing. And it looks quite nice when you actually go into like live mode and tab mode here. It just looks very compacted and very lovely. And then obviously she's got a dresser table over there as well with a fountain, which I thought was a nice addition. So that is the top floor. And then when we go down to the bottom floor, obviously we've got this great big entranceway. So you come in through the front door here and then you're granted by all this lovely rich decor and everything. So here we have got obviously the cauldron and the spell book part here of the house. It's no secret, they don't hide the fact that they're witches slash fairies. Everyone knows that they're supernatural, etc. So, they don't hide it away, and people actually do come to them if they want wishes or potions, etc. So that's basically how they make their living as well as anything else. On this side of the house, we've got the main living space area. So they've got some couches, a TV and a book case over here as well. Over here we've got an office area where Oberon comes mainly, to be honest, play games and everything on the computer, and an easel there as well. And then on this side of the house we have got the dining area. Nothing too fancy really, just a nice little dining space. And then we've got the kitchen situated back here as well. So that is the house, guys. Now we're going to go into a bit about each of the characters. So we're going to be starting off with Titania, since she is the heir of the Summer Dream household. So just bear with me, guys, whilst I load her up. Okay, guys, so this is my version of Titania's Summer Dream. She is absolutely stunning. She is probably the most beautiful sim in this town, no lie. So as you can see here, she looks very different. She's got a nice red dress on. I've let her hair down. I've got rid of that awful makeup that she had on, that face paint. And as you can see, because she's a witch, she's now glowing with sparkles and everything on her face and everywhere. So she looks very pretty, very lovely and beautiful. So Titania is obviously the founder. She's the wife and the heir to the Summer Dream household. She is 32 years old. Her birthday is the second day of winter. She is a pleasure sim and secondary romance. And her lifetime wish is to become a professional party guest level 10 in the Slacker career. So that's basically what a lifetime wish was in the base game. I've not changed it because she's still got her job in the parties in the Slacker career. She's a DJ. She loves entertaining people. She loves having parties. She loves inviting everyone round in Veronaville to come to her house parties that she throws. She just likes seeing people happy. She likes entertaining, like I say. So I've kept that for her. I don't mind her having that lifetime wish anymore. So otherwise, her relationships. So she has got a very strong connection and marriage to her husband, Oberon. And obviously she has adopted Puck and Bottom. They are not her biological children. I'm not sure why this is. I don't know whether she's supposed to be like infertile or something in her storyline. But obviously she's had another baby, Zadie, who is her biological child with Oberon. So I don't know. She probably just likes, she wanted to adopt children because she felt sorry for them. She wanted to give them a better life. And obviously that's why she's adopted Puck and Bottom. But let me know what you guys think about that situation. Also, she's friends with Patricio. It says that here that she's got a crush on Kent. But I'm not convinced because she has no chemistry with him. So I might even edit that out because, I just don't see it. And besides, Kent is actually gay in my game, guys. So nothing's going to happen there. Obviously, she knows a lot of people in Veronaville and she's quite neutral with everyone. She doesn't have any enemies or anything like that. She's very much at peace with everyone. She wants everyone to be happy. And one of the main storylines I'm probably going to do with Titania is to come up with a way of trying to get everyone to like each other, get everyone to, get everyone to be friends with one another, because she doesn't like seeing conflict in Veronaville. She's very much a peace-loving sim, like I said, and it might be that she, she tries and helps the sims of Veronaville to be at peace with one another. So she might focus her attention on that because she is a good witch. She's the I can't even say that word. Infallibly a good witch of Veronaville. But otherwise, she's got some skills in creativity, charisma, etc. She's an Aquarius. She is outgoing, nice and playful. She's got a good fitness level. Her interest is into entertainment, culture, fashion, weather and paranormal. She's got a hobby in nature. She loves gardening. She likes fishing. She's very much with nature. And her memories, obviously, she remembers becoming a witch. I made her into a witch when I played her in the sim year. And she got engaged to Oberon and got married. And then obviously they've had Zadie recently as well. Her traits, she's good, a green thumb, hopeless romantic, irresistible, and she's a party animal. So, yeah, that is my version of Titania, everybody. Please let me know, as always, whether you like these makeovers, by the way, and of the houses as well. I do think I did a good job with this house in particular, but obviously let me know what you guys think about these guys being witches. So, yeah, that is Titania, guys. Now I'm going to be taking you over to her husband, Oberon. I'm sorry, guys. I just had to have a little bit of a laugh to myself because look at the way Oberon's posing. He's like, yeah, I look good. So, guys, this is Oberon. This is Titania's husband, and he's married into the family. So he has took Titania's last name as Summer Dream. So, Oberon, what I'm going to tell you about him. So, obviously, he is a warlock as well. He is magic. He is 35 years old. His birthday is the 3rd day of fall. And he is also a pleasure sim, but a secondary popularity. So his lifetime wish at the moment is to reach maximum enthusiasm in 5 different hobbies. In all honesty, I didn't really know what to do with Oberon's lifetime wish. I don't know him well enough to be able to decide what I want for him. It's a bit of a strange one for me, but obviously let me know, guys, if you have any suggestions for him for his lifetime wish or anything. But I do envision Oberon at this moment in time of just like helping Titania to help the Sims of Veronaville come together. He loves her dearly. He wants to make him and his family happy, and the Sims of Veronaville. So that is my ambition for him at the moment. Relationships wise, obviously, as I said, he's very close to his wife, his children. He's friends with Jan Tellerman. He's neutral with everyone in the towns. He's also in the Slacker career. He's a home video editor level 7. He's got skills in creativity, mechanical and charisma. His personality, he is a Sagittarius. He's outgoing, playful and nice. He's got a good fitness level. His interests are mainly school, paranormal, travel and food. His hobby, he's got a music and dance hobby. He particularly likes piano. He likes playing that, hence why they've got one in their room. And his memories, it says here he's had an affair. Oh, he had an affair with Jan. Okay. I don't remember this, but fair enough. He's had an affair with Jan. But yeah, I don't get it, but I don't understand how that happened, so I can't remember, but it might have done. I don't know. And then he obviously remembers having Zadie. So his traits have given him good, hopeless romantic, nurturing, party animal, and virtuoso. And he's got a few potion bits and bobs that he's already started to collect. So that is Oberon pretty much, guys. One thing I forgot to mention is that I've made all these Sims in this family bisexual. And there is a reason for this. So I have watched a couple of YouTubers who have played this family in particular, and they basically said that Oberon and Titania, most of the time, they like to make them like monogamous, and they like to like obviously have different partners. So that's probably why he's actually had a date with Jan. That is probably why that's happened. So I'm probably going to do the same, because obviously I go by other suggestions of other YouTubers with my families, the ones that I don't play necessarily, and this is one of them. So yeah, they're pretty open. They've got an open marriage. They like to be with other people. As I said, Oberon's about peace and loving as well, and I think they kind of like have that bond with people as well. So they don't see it as cheating. They see it as sharing their love with other people in the town. So that's going to be interesting to sort of test out. So yeah, I'm open to that idea with this family. So yeah, that is basically Oberon, guys. Now we're going to go on to their eldest son, Puck. Okay, guys, so good picture to pause on, really. So this is my version of Puck's summer dream, guys. He is practicing some magic at the moment. He's looking very happy with himself. I've given Puck this like leather outfit with some jeans. He's a bit of a punky looking fairy, but he's happy nevertheless. So Puck in my game, he's 17 years old. His birthday is the second day of spring, and he is a knowledge sim. He came out as a knowledge sim for me. So he's actually going to be turning 18 in spring. So he's going to be one of the first Sims in this town to go to university, which is very exciting. But otherwise, he's a nice looking young boy. He's a very nice teenager. So obviously we know that from the Cap household, he has got a ongoing sort of dating relationship with Hermia Cap at this moment. But he's very close to her. He's close to his mum and dad. He's best friends with his dad, to be honest. And he has got best friends with his sister as well. He does not like Zadie for some reason. I don't understand. He's got a -1 relationship with her. Oh dear. She's obviously pissed him off with all the crying probably that she's been doing. But otherwise, he's friends with Tybalt. He's actually got a bolt of chemistry with Tybalt, guys. So, potential romance there for these two in college, perhaps, because Tybalt is actually going to be going to college with Puck. He's the same age. So, yeah, interesting. We'll have to see what happens with them two. But he's best friends with Romeo as well. Again, he's very neutral with everyone that he knows. He's a C student at school. He's got a job in the Slacker career as well as a gas station attendant level 2. He has got good charisma and good creativity. He is a Taurus. He is very neat and nice and a little bit active. He's got good fitness. His interests, he's mainly into environment, culture, travel, paranormal, science, toys and school. He's got a hobby in nature. He's like his mum. He likes to garden, I think. And no, he likes fishing, actually. My bad. So yeah, he is keen in gardening. Otherwise, with memories, he remembers obviously having his first kiss with Hermia, fell in love with her. And then since then, he's not really had any wants to go steady with her. So I'm guessing he's probably just seen this as like an open relationship with him and her. But obviously, Hermia might think a bit differently. He's been best friends with a lot of people. He remembers people getting engaged, married. He got promoted in his job. And he remembers Zadie joining the family. His traits have given him athletic, good, green thumb and irresistible. And that's pretty much Puck. So my idea for him is obviously he's going to be trying following in his mum and dad's footsteps. He wants to share all the love and peace around Veronaville. He's bisexual himself, so he's open to different relationships as well. And yeah, we'll just have to see what he does when he goes to college, because I think college is going to be an interesting experience for him, potentially with meeting other people and forming relationships with them as well. So we'll have to see what he does when he goes to college. But that is my version of Puck, guys. Now we're going to be going on to our little girl, Bottom. Okay, everybody, so this is my version of Bottom Summer Dream. So obviously she is not a fairy at the moment or witch, because she's just a child. But when she ages up to a teenager, I'm going to be obviously making her a witch as well. But Bottom is 9 years old in my game. Her birthday is the 2nd day of summer. And at the moment, she's just, living her childhood through. She's a very nature-loving sim, as you can see by her outfit and her hair. She's got lovely flowers in her hair, and she's got this cute little dungaree set from the Sims 4 conversion that I downloaded. So her wants at the moment, she wants to get an A-star report card, just like all my other child Sims do. And they always roll out one for some reason. She's an A student in school at the moment. Her personality, she is a Leo, outgoing, active and nice. She's got a good fitness level. And her interest, she's into entertainment, toys, animals and sci-fi in school. Her hobby is in nature as well. She likes fishing, just like her brother does as well. Her memories, she just remembers having lots of best friends, basically. And then her traits, she loves the outdoors. She's a supernatural fan, and she's a bit neurotic. So I've given her that trait because I do see Bottom differently compared to the rest of her family. Although she is very sweet on the outside, I do think she's probably going to age up to be a bit of a rebel. And this potentially might cause a bit of drama with her family, because they're all about peace, love, respect, and making everyone friends. Whereas Bottom, I think she's a little bit neurotic in that sense. She kind of likes a bit of tension. She kind of likes a bit of drama. So it may be, guys, that although we will turn her into a witch, she might turn into a bad witch. You know, that would be an interesting storyline. She goes the other way and turns into a bad witch. So we're going to have to see. But I do think that storyline might be a good idea for her. We'll just have to see. But let me guys know what you think as well, obviously. So that is Bottom for you guys. She looks very cute and innocent at the moment. So yeah, I'm not really going to go too much into Zadie because she's literally just been born. But this is Zadie, guys. She has got ginger hair, just like her mum. And obviously, we don't really know what she's going to be like yet. But she is going to be aging up on the 2nd day of summer. She's 1 year old at the moment. So she's going to be a toddler on her next birthday. And then we'll actually get a bit more info about what she's going to be like as a sim. But yeah, that's basically my summer dream household, guys. So that actually comes to the end of this introductory video, guys, of Veronaville. I do hope you have enjoyed yourselves. Again, I'm sorry for the lengthy video, but as I said in my previous videos, I like to make sure I get every single bit of detail in to let you guys know what my Sims are all about and all the houses that I've renovated, etc. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys, if you've been watching. As always, leave comments down below of any suggestions or thoughts that you may have, and please help to like and subscribe to this channel if you're not already. It does help my channel get out there a bit more, and as again, guys, thank you so much for all your support. And in the next video, it's our last introductory video, guys, and then we can actually start some gameplay. We will be meeting our Blue Water Village families and Downtown families. So, yeah, I shall see you next time, guys. Again, thank you as always for watching, and take care. I shall see you next time. Bye-bye.